Between 1889 and 1893, American author and lawyer Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a children's novel about a time-traveling, precocious wealthy boy who lives in a castle. Lockwood interestingly named the boy Baron Trump, and his home was Trump Castle. It's weird, right? Well, it gets a little stranger. Lockwood also wrote a novel called The Last President. The book takes place in an America sundered by division and dissent. It features an election involving a populist candidate and a chaotic political climate. There are references to a hotel on Fifth Avenue in New York, where, as you may know, Trump Tower is located. And oh, by the way, Donald Trump actually uses the pseudonym John Barron in the book. Author Troy Anderson has some theories on all of this. He's written a book on his own to discuss all of this. It's called The Trump Code, Exploring Time Travel, Nikola Tesla, and the Trump Lineage. Troy Anderson joins us now. Troy, so this is a fascinating subject. I think I saw this myself online some time ago and really couldn't believe it's true. So you're writing a book that explores some of the connections here. What did you find?
Yeah, Eduardo, what we do in the Trump Code is sort of put together this 5,000 piece jigsaw puzzle. So, like, as you mentioned, Ingersoll Lockwood was this author and lawyer in the late 1800s, wrote the Baron Trump collection. And of course, the last book was the Last President. So there's been speculation, there's been stories like in Newsweek and Politico and that kind of thing, asking, was he prophetic in nature? Is this sort of like, think about George Orwell's 1984, today's surveillance state, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. Were these books sort of prophetic in nature, and could this be foreseeing or foretelling what's going to happen in this upcoming election? And so in the Trump Code, we explore that. We also delve into Nikola Tesla's research into time travel and all kinds of top secret technologies that perhaps our government now has, and Trump's connection to all that.
Is there a connection? I mean, I dare not even ask you this question, but there's no time. I mean, what did you find? What is the explanation for this, if not just a coincidence?
So in addition to all these things about the Baron Trump collection, there's also this intriguing thing that Nikola Tesla lived in New York City in the late or during World War II, and he was moving from hotel to hotel, and he had like 80 trunks of like research. He's a sort of genius inventor. He's been described as the architect of our modern world. Our wireless communications may have came from his inventions, and so Donald Trump's uncle, was a revered professor at MIT, was actually asked by the FBI to go in and look at all of Tesla's research after he died. And so he came back, and the official version was, we really don't think there's much here. Reporters at the time had interviewed Tesla, and he talked about a death ray weapon supposedly he had invented that could potentially prevent the Nazis from attacking America with nuclear weapons if they ever got those. But then afterward, there was like a bunch of missing research. In fact, the History Channel had a special on it, the missing documents of Tesla. And so the question has been, what kind of technologies has the government developed from Tesla's ideas over the decades? And recently, the Sun newspaper, Britain's largest newspaper, filed a Freedom of Information Act request connected to the congressional hearings on UFOs and UFPs, and they came back with Defense Intelligence Agency documents saying that the government believes time travel may be possible. There could be wormholes, anti-gravity technologies. So it's raised a lot of intriguing questions about, the Trump family, what kind of technologies the government actually has, and this connection to these Baron Trump novels.
So have you had the opportunity to ask anyone in the Trump family or Trump world about these connections?
I've requested interviews with the Trump family. They haven't responded, so I really don't know what they know about this. But it would be certainly a very fascinating interview if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I bet. And so I guess for the record, based on everything you looked into, and I know you mentioned the U.S. government documents about time travel and whether that could be real. I mean, what's your personal theory on it all?
Perhaps the government does have some kind of primitive kind of technology. Einstein believed this was possible. Nikola Tesla believed this was possible. There's been a number of scientists that have researched this in recent years. Books been written on this. So who knows what the government actually has? My first co-author, Paul McGuire, he's done a lot of research on this, and he says the government's technologies are probably about 100, 150 years ahead of what we see today. So who knows what the government actually has? It's an intriguing thing that's we explore in the Trump Code.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess just in the last few years, I've seen things in my life in this country that I never thought would be possible. So you can't rule anything out anymore. Troy Anderson, again, thank you. The book is called The Trump Code, Exploring Time Travel, Nikola Tesla, and the Trump Lineage. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And that's about it for us tonight here on The Absolute Truth. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back here again tomorrow.